Hey everyone, this is PM Sports Talk, the father and son duo podcast. I'm your host Preston, alongside my father Mike and Dad. How are we doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. What a weekend in sports. I don't even know where to begin.
I mean, yeah, there's just not a specific moment that sticks out from this weekend. So much to go over. Let's get right into it. No time wasted today. Let's go. Well, we're starting off where we always start off, college football. But I know we are both upset about this topic, and I'm sure that we are not the only ones. I was only able to watch one game. Penn State and Ohio State. You want to know why? Because it was on Fox. ESPN and YouTube TV are in a strike deal right now, and ESPN has about all of the college football games. So we were locked out of a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. We went through this a few years ago with Spectrum, and they did the same thing, and then that's why we ended up going to YouTube TV, and now here it is. And they always pick, this is the time of year they pick it. ESPN does this strategically. They know they have the most leverage right now because they have all the college football. They've got Monday Night Football.
Which we probably aren't going to be able to watch tonight.
No, we're going to have to either miss it or figure out another way. I don't know. Like you said, ESPN, it's not just ESPN, it's ABC, it's Disney. It's all the ABC channels, all the ESPN channels, some other channels that don't carry sports, and it's ridiculous. Like you said, Saturdays, yeah, sure, we get the Fox game, which this year hasn't been very good because it's always a blowout because the Big Ten's not that good this year. And we get NBC, which is a Big Ten game, and we get CBS, which is a Big Ten game. That's all we're getting.
No SEC at all.
All the good games are in the SEC, and we're not getting them. And it's very I think it's horrible that whether you want to blame ESPN or YouTube TV, but to do this to your viewers who pay all this money, it's disgusting in my opinion. I mean, I know it's just sports. We shouldn't get that, but you're paying for sports. This is what you want to watch. And how many games? I mean, and YouTube TV said, "Oh, we'll give you $20. If this carries on for too long, you get a $20 credit." Oh, big deal! You still don't get to see the games.
And $20 credit. I mean, how much are we paying for this? Like, a lot.
Yeah, and YouTube TV, ESPN thinks that, okay, they've got the college football and the NFL Monday night. That's their leverage. And YouTube TV has the NFL Sunday ticket. So they know people aren't going to just jump ship because they already have that Sunday ticket. So everybody's like caught in the middle. I'm not going to go to another subscriber because then I lose my Sunday ticket. So what do you do?
Right.
It's ridiculous. Hopefully they get it straightened out, but I don't know.
And I mean, these leagues, these channels, these companies, they get so upset over for obvious reasons, right? Like the pirating games, that's illegal. But do you see why fans use those piracies? Because they constantly play games like this with viewers who pay their money to watch sports on their channel.
The only thing I can think that will speed this up is, there's one thing. NFL could step in and say, listen, hey, get this done because we're losing viewers on both sides. And two, advertisers. 10 million people subscribe to YouTube TV. So look at all the advertising dollars that are getting wasted because they're not getting those ESPN channels. Those advertisers expect ESPN to be on YouTube TV. They paid ESPN for those advertisements, minutes, sections, and they expect it to be on YouTube TV, and they're not. So when those advertisers get after ESPN, Disney, it's Disney, about this.
Disney, yeah.
And
because Disney holds ESPN.
That's why I can't think it's going to go too long, because then they're going to start getting sued by advertisers and all this other stuff.
This is going to be, it's not going to be good. because, yeah, that's a great point. The advertisers, I mean, not even just the NFL will probably step in. I mean, whether Sunday ticket or not, NBA's losing viewers, college football is losing viewers, college basketball is starting today.
Yep.
That's on ESPN for the most part.
NHL is on ESPN.
NHL's on ESPN.
Look at all those advertisers.
I mean that this problem needs to be solved. It's not just the NFL. It's all of those guys too. They are losing viewership, advertisements, and it's BS. I mean, just to put it simply, it's not. It's just not necessary. I mean, I get there's contract issues with everything, but it's a little different when you have viewers paying money, you have advertisers paying money, and ESPN is strictly sports. So
it's greed, is what it is.
Yes. So, this problem needs to be solved. But
ASAP.
Anyhow, let's get back to the games that happened. I mean, this is the only one I can give you a real thorough breakdown on.
Not much here.
There is not, and there's not much because it was on Big Noon. But anyways,
I watched it.
Ohio State absolutely dominated Penn State. Jim Knowles was he heard it. He was showered with boos for good reason, and Ohio State took that into account. This game at halftime, the final score of this game was 38-14. This game at halftime was 17-14. Ohio State in favor. So 21 unanswered in that second half. That the interim head coach, I don't know his name for Penn State, but he was pretty confident going into halftime, saying we got a real shot at this. Yeah, that was shut down real quick.
Yeah, they had no shot.
I mean, here we go. Just a great day through the air again from Julian Sayin. And I don't know if the one thing we were able to watch in ESPN because it was free was game day. Nick Saban said on there, he was like, the Alabama coach had Julian Sayin play scout team talking about himself. And then he was like, man, that guy's a real dummy, isn't he?
Yeah, best quarterback ever right there, probably. Hey, that's just it. You get all those quarterbacks to Alabama, how do they even choose, It
was the same thing with Ohio State. They had a lot of talent. They decided to go with Sayin for this year, and they made the right choice. This guy is definitely inserted in Heisman talks as a freshman. Isn't that crazy that this guy is only a freshman? I mean,
is he a freshman?
He is.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't know technically, but it's his first season as a starter.
As a starter, yeah. But yeah, it's still impressive. I mean, I didn't expect him to be this good. I no way did I think he was this good, but yeah, he's going to be there.
And usually with the double teams with Smith, you either see a good game from either Smith or Tate. They both made their presence known in this one.
Yeah, NFL talent abound on that Ohio State team again. They're loaded everywhere.
Yeah, you had Bo Jackson, not the famous one, with 105 yards on the ground. And then there you see it, Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. That is crazy. They both had over 20 yards per catch, and they both finished with over 120 yards, and they each had a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith had 2.
Yeah, they're the announcer on the game, Joel Klatt there said, yeah, they are the number 1 and number 2 receivers in the draft. And they're both on the same team.
And I don't think Smith's even draft eligible this year.
No.
He was a freshman last year.
Yeah.
Tate is going to the draft this year.
Yeah, so I guess he was saying they're the top 2 in the country, and they're both on the same team.
Yeah,
so.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They are loaded again this year. The defense was there, obviously. I know Knowles and Penn State are having a down year, but do you think maybe there was a little bit of a chip on Patricia's shoulder to call a good game defensively in this one, knowing how much they I know he himself probably wouldn't know, but knowing how much these guys want to show Knowles that, we don't need you.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. There's always that. Coaches are as competitive as the players, but yeah, Patricia, especially being from that Belichick tree, I'm sure he loves nothing more than to rub somebody's nose in it. So yeah, I'm sure he was licking his chops for this one.
So final score 38-14. That's about all you need, and not much to go over there. There was good games in the SEC. I can't give you a thorough breakdown of them. Vanderbilt and Texas was a good game. Vanderbilt gave Texas a run at the end, but Texas holds on strong by 3, winning this one 34-31.
Big game from Arch Manning. Looks like he's starting to come into his own, starting to play like we thought he would at the beginning of the year. Just took him a little while. I think this was probably his best game.
And it's against a good team,
top 10 team too. So look out for Texas. They're not done. They have a tough schedule, but with that tough schedule, if they win out, they'll be right in the playoffs. So you never know with Texas. Maybe they were that number 1 or number 2, whatever they were at the beginning. Maybe by the end of the season they'll creep up to there.
Yeah, they're right there. Manning's, like you said, starting to look pretty good, coming to his own. Obviously, a freshman's not going to start out as it's very rare. You see a freshman look like a veteran, like already, or a first-year starter, I should say. But Manning's starting to look good. We'll see if he can continue it. I don't see any reason why he can't. On the other side, in the losing effort, Pavia had a good game. He didn't turn the ball over. 365 yards, and he had a rushing touchdown as well.
Yep, that's probably it for Vanderbilt, though. They still maybe could sneak into the playoff, but they're gonna have to win out. And
2 losses, run the table now.
Maybe, you never know. But
Texas as well, though. Don't you think has to run the table there at 2 losses, aren't they?
Yeah, they both do. I just think I have more confidence in Texas doing it than I do.
And honestly, look at that committee. They're probably going to give Texas a little bit of, I don't know, it always got to be played into account.
The name means something. It always does.
So that was probably one of the better games from this week. What game did NBC have? Did you tune in?
No. Well, they had the Nebraska USC game, pretty good game. USC pulls that one out. I think Nebraska was ahead for a lot of this game. Maeva had a bad game. He didn't play good. Raiola, I think, got hurt. He's out for the season.
Got knocked out, yeah.
It was a defensive game. USC pulls it out. They're still in the running for the playoff.
USC in a defensive game.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
But, I didn't watch much of it, but that was a good game.
Miami and SMU. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long ago we were saying that Miami is one of the better teams in college football. They were right there with Ohio State. And now they are down to 18 after losing to Louisville and now SMU.
Yeah, they're done. They're not making the playoffs.
They're done.
It's almost a carbon copy of last year. Start out strong and then lose to teams you shouldn't lose to.
I'm sorry, but as much as I was here for Carson Beck's revenge season, this guy in his interviews is actually the biggest. He kind of reminds me of Tua. This guy does not know what the word accountability means. He was interviewed. He was asked about his picks again. The last time he blamed his receiver. This time he said, the coaches gave me the play. My job's just to execute.
Yeah, obviously he's not executing.
Well, buddy, if you throw an interception, you didn't execute. So, this guy is horrible at the media. He's back to being a turnover machine.
Yeah, he went from us saying, "Oh, he's a Heisman favorite." Now he's just
He threw 4 picks against Louisville.
Now he's gone.
Then they get right against Stanford the next week, and now they're back to losing to SMU. I can't. I gotta give SMU some credit though. Kevin Jennings played a great game. Also had 365 through the air and a touchdown. He was put in a tough spot last year and got this team to the playoffs, but kind of a little bit of a down year for them. But this is a big time win.
Yeah, here I thought Miami was back, but the same old Miami. You just can't trust them. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna have to see this team be like 10-0 before I say that they're back. Next year they start out 6-0 again, and everybody's like, "Oh,
I don't care."
No, it doesn't matter. We gotta see it to the end because this is year after year after year.
Last year, Cam Ward, two losses to teams you probably should have beat.
Yeah, I mean, they barely won games before that last year. They were winning by a shoestring, and I mean. This year was different. They beat some really good teams at the beginning, so you thought, wow, this is a different year. But no, it's right back to the same old thing. Carson Beck went from being maybe a second-round draft pick to now maybe he's a 7th-round draft pick. Somebody takes a flyer on, or maybe he doesn't even get a chance. I mean, he's such a Jekyll and Hyde quarterback. One game you look at him and you think, oh, this guy is really good. Then the next game he throws 4 interceptions. It makes no sense.
And he's not doing himself any matters with the way he answers questions.
No, NFL teams aren't going to want to deal with that. And
look at Sanders. I mean,
yeah,
just the ego in these interviews is not a good look.
Yeah, so
I think teams would. I mean, that plays a bigger part in your draft stock than you think. I mean, I'm sure teams, if they looked at a player who had the exact same stat line as Beck in the Louisville and in this game against SMU, and they heard him take full accountability, I'm sure that alone would help him a little bit. But, I mean, this guy's just digging himself into a hole. Miami as a whole is just a fraudulent team year after year, and it's no different this year.
No different. So, done with Miami.
If they
can win out. I still don't think
they win out. Do they? The only way
they can get in is if they win their conference championship.
Right.
Then they have to have some other guys lose. Louisville's going to have to lose a couple games.
Who's in that conference? Louisville, Georgia Tech still doing good?
They lost too. So
who'd they lose to?
They lost to NC State.
See, I didn't know that. Like, oh my gosh. Then that goes back to that contract thing again.
Yep.
I'm so lost this week.
But they're I mean, they only have the one loss. They're still in it, but they have to win out. And in order for Miami to get up there, they have to win out and hope some like 2 or 3 other teams lose a couple games. So
there's that game, by the way, Oklahoma and Tennessee. We said Oklahoma might be done with Mateer, but they're right back up to 11 after a big win against Tennessee. Was that in their house as well?
That was in Tennessee, which is a shocker. So, yeah.
There's your games from this week. I mean, Georgia, of course, the Swamp's a tough place. They get it done. Mateer didn't play good, though.
No, Aguilar had good stats, but
Aguilar, he's a good quarterback. You can see it, but those turnovers hurt him so much. He always has those couple picks that end up biting him in the end.
Yeah, he's kind of a gunslinger, I guess, But so Oklahoma's still in it. Tennessee's out now, and Oklahoma still has a slight chance. But Mateer, like you say, still didn't have a good stat. So
Tennessee, don't they have 3 losses now? Why are they still ranked?
Do they have 3 losses? Yeah,
I mean, all 3 of them have been to Georgia, Bama, and now Oklahoma.
That's the SEC. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
Notre Dame has 2, and they're in the top 10. So,
I mean, I just don't even feel like getting upset about them anymore.
Oklahoma only has 2 losses. Why aren't they ranked higher than Notre Dame?
It's a fair question.
Their wins are against good teams.
Neither is Notre Dame's isn't. I mean, geez.
That's what I mean. Oklahoma's are.
That's a great point. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Oklahoma
beat Tennessee.
Okay, so if Oklahoma, let's say they beat Alabama, and Notre Dame wins next week, is this committee really going to look at us with a straight face and put Notre Dame above Oklahoma?
Wouldn't shock me. No, they'll probably move Oklahoma up and move Alabama back. One of those teams will be behind. One of those teams will be behind Notre Dame.
But even then, I mean, they are still so biased towards Bama as well.
True.
It's a fair question.
It is a fair question. That's yeah. I wonder. That's a good question.
No, I kind of hope it plays out that way. So
yeah, we'll see. Notre Dame, if they don't lose, they're getting in. That doesn't matter what anybody else does. It's so wrong. But
it is. I don't know. I mean, do you listen to Mad Dog and Gary, one of my favorite segments on that radio show? Does Gary ever bring up Notre Dame in their conference, or is he not allowed to do that? Does he ever state his opinions on that?
He never really says because
Mad Dog always asks some tough questions, so I just wonder if that's
he's not a Notre Dame homer or anything.
No, I know, but I would just look.
But
I love listening to him talk about college football, so that's where I was just wondering where he stood on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. I'm sure if you ask him if the same records and Notre Dame against the SEC team, he'll tell you the SEC team should be in there, not Notre Dame. But then he'll tell you that Notre Dame probably will be in there because of who they are. He won't sugarcoat it.
He keeps it real. That's why. Yeah, it's really shocking. But it happens every year with this committee. But anyways, there's your college football from this week. Do we save the MLB for last? I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's the last time we talk about it till spring. Let's go to the NFL, where last week was an absolute dud. This week was really good.
Much better, yes.
Yes. 1 o'clock window was absolutely phenomenal. Let's go to Thursday night. The Ravens. We're gonna have to start looking at them again. Lamar Jackson is back. And they absolutely dominate the Dolphins, 28-6. Jackson in his first game back, 18 of 23, 204, 4 touchdowns. Henry, 100 yards rushing, and a big win for Baltimore.
One thing I will say about this game is I watched all the first half and part of the third. The first half, Miami had lots of chances, and they didn't punch them in. They get down the red zone and they turn the ball over, or there was I think there was a bad penalty too that went against them that shouldn't have, and so it's a little deceiving there. Baltimore's defense still, I don't think, is all that. They gave up a bunch of yards. They didn't give up a lot of points, but they gave up a bunch of yards. So the Ravens, I mean, they have very winnable games coming up, so I do think they're going to get back into it. But I will say this, I don't think they're the team they were last year. Even if Lamar's healthy, I just don't think that defense is like it was last year.
These next couple of games, next week against Minnesota.
That's a much harder game.
A lot of people are acting like that is going to be a Ravens run-through.
Before yesterday, I thought that, but I don't now.
As much as I hate J.J. McCarthy, though, this game is going to be close. Brian Flores coaches a tough and great defense.
Yeah, that's not going to be an easy game for Lamar.
A lot of people look at the Vikings and want to look at, oh, my gosh, the quarterback struggles, their offense hasn't been going. But they forget that Brian Flores coaches a really good defense there in Minnesota. So, I mean, do with what you will. And by the way, the Ravens defense has not been that good. They just traded away Jair Alexander. He's been a dud. And they have to guard one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League next week.
Yeah, so, I mean, when I say winnable games, on paper they're winnable games, but we all know with the NFL, that doesn't mean a lot because anybody can beat anybody. And
they sometimes struggle against the Cleveland Browns as well when they go. I feel like every single AFC North team, everyone looks at the Cleveland Browns and they think that they're getting swept by every team. in the division, but the Steelers struggle every time they go to Cleveland. The Ravens have struggled in Cleveland. So I don't know. They're a mess, but that defense is definitely not a mess.
No, so
And
we'll see.
I don't know. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if, that AFC North. I think it will definitely be close. Speaking of the AFC North, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense remembered who they were and had a great game against who many think are the best team in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, this game started out Steelers took the ball, won the toss, took the ball. What do? 3 and out. I mean, I'm like,
I hate when Tomlin does that. I get what he's trying to do, but like it never works.
It doesn't work. Then the Colts get the ball and go right down the field and score 7-0, and I'm like,
here we go.
Then the Steelers get lucky on a punt.
They don't score.
They get the punt, and then they don't score before on 4th down and down the red zone, and they don't score. So you're like, oh, here we go. Then all of a sudden, they get a couple turnovers, a strip sack, they get an interception, and away they go. And Daniel Jones is back to the old Daniel Jones, and 5 turnovers he had in the game, I believe, and 6 turnovers overall for the Colts.
I don't think it's fair for people to. I mean, the Steelers, they've struggled on defense, but it was only a matter of time until they wake up. I mean, this is such a tough defense. But I mean, maybe Daniel Jones will go back to the old Daniel Jones throughout the season. But yesterday was not very good. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor had a rough game. I mean, he could barely get anything going. The Colts ended up giving up on their run game because they were down from behind. They had to score quickly. Didn't have time to pound the rock and stuff.
Yeah, the yards disparity is deceiving there because they were playing. The Steelers are kind of playing prevent defense the whole second half.
Don't look at Jonathan Taylor's stats and act like, I mean, that's game script right there. Pierce, I did not realize, had 100 yards receiving as well as Pittman. I mean, they were definitely, this game was, you just knew that this game was not going to be a 2-score final. Steelers had to give you a little bit of a close one, but they end up closing it out in the end. They ended up utilizing the run game at the goal line for once. Usually with Rodgers this year, you've seen pass, but finally they decided to use Warren, and that's helped them. So
yeah.
But the story for this game is the Steelers defense.
Yeah, it was the turnovers. Steelers takeaways was the story of the game. Simple as that. That's how they win. The last 2 games they had no takeaways. They had takeaways this game, and they won. It's really that simple. And that's what they have to do.
Just not even. I mean, the turnovers were so impressive, but I mean, you look at this team, they weren't even able to get like 3 and outs or just punts their last couple of games with this defense. I mean, it's been a struggle fest. Jordan Love had 20 straight completions on Sunday night. They gave Joe Flacco, though, however, has been looking good. So
yeah, they weren't getting any pressure. And this game they got pressure, and that's the difference in the game.
Daniel Jones was under duress. And it really surprised me because out of all offensive lines we choose to do that against, we choose to do it against the Colts. But
yeah, so I mean, and the Colts really hadn't played a tough competition either. So they're going to win that division, but I don't know. We'll see how they finish. Their schedule gets a lot harder. So
they got Falcons and overseas Chiefs. Tough games.
Yeah, they got tough games.
They got divisions coming up. Jaguars and Texans. They're done facing the Titans. They're done getting wins from the Titans. So
we'll see.
Seattle as well. So this is the tough second half schedule that the Colts are gonna have to face. The biggest game from the 1 o'clock window was Bears and Bengals. Oh my gosh, talk about a phenomenal game. Right down to the end. Flacco almost 500 yards through the air. This game was absolutely crazy.
No defense in this game whatsoever. We knew the Bengals defense was bad, but I didn't know the Bears was this bad. Wow. The Bears, whose offense hasn't been great this year, it's just been okay, almost got 600 yards of offense. That's probably double what they usually get. And unbelievable. That Bengal defense is just atrocious. I feel bad for the offense. I mean, it's the same thing as last year. They're 3-6 now.
They're losing the locker room there in Cincy as well.
I mean, think about it. We all thought, well, they're done because of Burrow. Well, if Burrow was there, it wouldn't be any different. They'd still be losing these games because their offense is putting up a ton of points. Their defense, it's the same as last year. They lost because of their defense. And
you have to score every drive to win games in Cincy.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable. They have to score 50 points a game to win. That's ridiculous. I mean,
there is zero blame to go on the offense. Zero. It's the defense. And what's crazy is, I mean, why I say I think they're losing the locker room. The offense is starting to become public with their struggles with the defense. I mean, Chase Brown's interview, he was livid. Jamar Chase was livid. And then when you hear about the defense, they declined to talk to them. They either declined to talk to the media or they were just laughing. It's just not serious. And, I mean, it's just been like this for so long. But what a lot of people don't realize is with how much they are paying this offense, they're only leaving so much money to go get defensive players. So, I don't know what you have to do. But it's hard to make a decision, but you really have to look at these weapons and be like, do we have to make a trade here do we have to make a move? Do we have to let some of these guys go so we can gain money? We can gain cap space to get guys on defense because their cap space isn't great as well.
Yeah. I don't think they will. I think this is what they're going to be.
Yeah. So
they're going to have to draft well is what they're going to have to do. And that's how their defense is going to get better. I mean, that's
all. They have to rely on the draft.
Yeah.
So they got Steelers next week.
They're done.
They
get 6. They're 3-6. They're done. I mean, how are they? I mean, I realize the AFC North Steelers only have 5 wins, but they're not going to win this division.
I mean, even without the divisional games, you got the Patriots and Bills.
They have tough games.
They're done.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. They've been done in my opinion, but must-win game against the Jets, can't have that.
If they win that Jets game, then it's totally different. But I
mean, if I go from losing to the Jets and then letting a walk-off, or not a walk-off, but a game-winning touchdown to the Bears, that offense, I'd be mad too.
Yeah.
So, defense is so bad, they let running backs throw touchdowns on them. No different here. I mean, one more point about that. They let a quarterback get 2 receptions on them, but we won't talk about that. Chiefs and Bills. The Bills continue to have dominance in the regular season. You know, Bills fans are so funny. They are really funny. This happens every single year. I don't care if Josh Allen's 10-0 against Mahomes in the regular season. He can't beat him when it matters. I'll give him credit. They played a great game in this one. Defense stepped up against Mahomes. But it's mind-boggling how a bunch of Bills fans say, oh, well, this is the year. This is the year. This is the year we beat Mahomes in the playoffs. This is the year we go to the Super Bowl. Do you guys realize you lost to the Atlanta Falcons?
I was a little surprised. Not surprised that Buffalo won. I was surprised at how good their defense played. They played really well, and their defense has been bad all season. So I got to give them credit there. And I was a little surprised the Chiefs' defense has been, I would say, the second best defense in the AFC behind Denver, and they were not good yesterday.
Not at all.
I mean, they got run all over. They could not stop the run, and Josh Allen was back to playing like Josh Allen, and he didn't have a huge game, but he was very efficient. Only three incompletions, no interceptions, and the one thing I will say that might be different this year, they might not have to play Kansas City in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because Kansas City already has 4 losses.
Right.
And unless they go on a big run, which they could do, but they still got they're 2 games behind the Broncos in the division. They're a game behind the Chargers in the division. I'm sure
Don't they have
tough games
don't
coming
they
up.
have 2 games to play against Denver? They
haven't played Denver yet at all.
So they got Broncos next week in Mile High.
They got the Broncos twice. They got the Colts. Who knows? Maybe the Colts bounce back.
Cowboys
in Dallas. I mean, that offense they could lose that game.
They could. Texans defense is really good.
Texans defense is super good. I mean, they might be looking at a wild card this year, which means no home games, and a little different for them. So
it is a little different. So
we'll see.
We don't. I did not realize. I remember, like, I just look at the Chiefs. I'm like, this team always finds a way to sneak into those playoffs. But this year it might be different.
If they sneak in as a wild card and they still end up going to Orchard Park, as a Buffalo Bill fan, I would be scared to death, because it won't matter then what their record is. They'll be there, and they beat you there last year. So
and they've beat yeah. So
if I'm Buffalo, I don't want to see that team at all in the playoffs.
I don't want them even making it to the playoffs. So yeah, because when you let Mahomes into the playoffs, it's a different game.
Yeah.
Seahawks and Commanders. Oh my gosh, my heart breaks for Jaden Daniels. Like, this was an absolute blowout. So if that didn't happen in the fourth quarter, we probably wouldn't be spending too much time on this game. But man, Jaden Daniels, it gets hurt again. And this time it looks really, really bad. He's been out twice already coming into this game. This was his first game back, and his arm completely bent the wrong way. And I think who knows, it might not be that serious, but if I'm Washington, I'm shutting him down for the rest of the year.
There's no reason for him to play. They have no shot to make the playoffs. As far as I'm concerned, even with him at quarterback coming back, they had no shot. Their team just isn't good enough. Their defense is bad. It took a historic year from him last year to get them in, and an easy schedule. They have no shot to make the playoffs this year with him being hurt all these games before yesterday. And like you said, it's his non-throwing arm, which is good.
Yeah.
But there's no. Yeah, you say don't play him again. We don't need to see him again. That's the thing that worries me about him too. He's a very slender, and I just have a feeling he's going to be injury prone his career.
It's really crazy. I saw it live. I shut the game off after that injury happened because, like, I don't even know why I was still watching it, but that kind of was like, oh wow, like, this game is just getting worse and worse. And then after, go back to a promising rookie quarterback from Baylor. Plays the Seattle Seahawks in Washington in the fourth quarter and gets a career-altering injury.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it kind of crazy how history can repeat itself in weird ways?
Yeah, it is crazy.
It was really just right away almost for me. Like, RG3 got hurt in the same exact stadium, same exact team played, same exact quarter.
The only thing I'll say about him was his knee. Right?
That's where I feel a little better about it. It was if it was his throwing arm, I would be really worried if I was a Washington fan. But he can come back from it.
He can come back.
That is a good point. I mean, his other 2 injuries this season were his leg.
Yeah.
So,
But even so, he might have to change the way he plays a little bit. I mean, I didn't see the play, so I'm not saying that he did anything wrong.
if you watch the game, though, this guy had no choice but to be running that much. It actually was kind of, I know the score is bad, but that was the one thing that impressed me from Washington, because from him alone, the way he was just to escape that tough defense like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Sam Darnold's a story, though. I mean, he's on fire.
yeah, I don't.
He's in the MVP race right now.
You're right. Yeah. I was so caught up in the injury, I forgot how good Darnold played. This dude had 4 touchdowns, was a perfect 15 of 15 at the 2-minute warning of the first half, and he was passing for 230 yards.
Yeah, I mean, look at the stat. I mean,
Jackson Smith and Jigba had 100 yards in the first half, I believe.
yeah, he's on fire. That Seattle team's good. Defense is legit, and Darnold, we thought maybe was going to product of the O'Connell coaching in Minnesota. Well, we're finding out that Sam Darnold had a lot to do with that too.
Listen, Sam Darnold, I don't know. Of course, I'm not going to say I was so confident in him being good. I thought he would turn around, but I was always in the back of my mind that this guy's first 2 teams was the Jets and the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean,
so I think
he's in 2 good situations.
I think honestly, I know he was a backup, but going to play in San Francisco with Shanahan can really change your career.
Yeah,
he's played with Shanahan and O'Connell, so
yeah, he's doing good. And still, I will still need to see it in the playoffs,
right,
with him, because he always has that one stinker. But maybe this is the year that he gets it done.
He has the tools for it as well, so we'll have to see heading into the playoffs. Like we said, there is so much to talk about from sports this weekend that we have been going on about football so much, we forgot that the best game played this weekend was Game 7 of the MLB World Series. And in my opinion, I have not seen a better World Series game. The only one that comes close to it is Cubs and Indians in 2016.
Yeah, that was a good game too, right? Really good game. When I was younger, it was a different kind of game, but Minnesota Twins against the Atlanta Braves was Jack Morris went, I believe, I don't know if it was 9 innings or 10 innings complete game. I think it was a 10-game complete inning, 10-inning complete game. I'm not positive on that. They won 1-0, I believe. So there was no scoring, but it still was drama filled on every pitch. And against John Smoltz, who's now the commentator on Fox, but that one comes to mind, and like you said, the one with the Indians and the Cubs. But
it's interesting from that game. Do you remember when Davis for the Indians homered off Chapman in that game?
Yeah,
to tie the game. Right away. That Rojas home run reminded me of that. It was almost like same swing, same situation.
True.
Against the closer. Obviously, Chapman's a lot different than Hoffman, but that was pretty cool. And nobody in this series deserved World Series MVP more than Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Unbelievable. Complete game. Game 2.
Pitched 4 of 7 in this series.
3.
3 of 7 still.
No pitcher does that anymore. They used to do that in years gone by, but not anymore. But complete game, game 2.
Warmed up in game 3.
Warming up in game 3 for that 18-inning game. Thought he would have come in if they didn't score in that inning, probably.
Threw 96 pitches in game 6.
Which was another great game.
Closed the game in game 7.
Yeah. Almost 3 innings of work in game 7. And, yeah, unbelievable. Not a lot of guys do that. Tarek Skubal took himself out of the playoff game this year, if you remember correctly, because he was getting close to 100 pitches. Game 7 of that series. You think Yamamoto does that?
No.
He doesn't. He stays in there.
Yamamoto stays in there until Dave Roberts comes and gets him.
He stays in there until his arm falls off.
Mhm.
And yeah, he was awesome. Great game. So many. I feel bad for the Blue Jays because I thought they had this game won like 4 times. And
Yeah. I don't know. I know I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm not supposed to be feeling bad for these guys. I'm supposed to be feeling happy that they're out, but I don't know. There was a couple of times where in the games where the Blue Jays had me on the heels of switching sides because that Vladdy double in the 11th inning of Game 7 and the way he just like pumped his fist, fired up his team, I'm like, geez, you can see like how bad this guy wants it, not just for himself, for the entire country of Canada, for his team. And yeah, just the tears in the dugout really, really made me feel for him.
I mean, who didn't think when he got that double that they weren't going to win?
That was, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, the only problem was the amount of substitution. The amount of substitutions they had to make because Bichette had knee problems and stuff.
That really hurt them.
IKF though, I think he did. I know you're supposed to play for the win, but given the situation, moving the runner over to third, that bunt was about as perfect as you could get. And yeah, I don't really have a problem with that based on the situation because I mean, the guy can barely hit. He has no pop, so
Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's all he could do.
right.
When he took Bichette out in the 9th inning, I understood why he did it, but I said to myself at the time, I'm like, if they don't score and win this game right here, that's going to come back to bite them in the next inning.
Yeah,
And it did because he would have been up, not IKF, and
yeah.
who knows?
Already had a homer. I mean, he was off to a great start in that game. Yeah. I did agree with your favorite radio host. I don't understand how Miles Straw got so much at bats in this series.
They kept putting him in as a pinch runner, and it backfired on him every time.
I honestly would rather have. I know you can run faster than other guys, but at some point you got to look at like. I think Schneider did a good job managing, but just sometimes you when you manage in the moment like that and you don't execute in the moment, it's almost a given that it's going to come back to bite you because you can't use those guys again after you take them out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right decision at the time, but if it doesn't work, then you're screwed.
Right.
And it didn't work for him. And it's unluck. It's baseball. Baseball, a lot of baseball is luck. And got to give it to Dave Roberts. Every single move he made in that game worked. And hats off to him because he had a reputation before they won last year of being a guy that he was like Aaron Boone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He would make these moves and they'd backfire every time. Well, the last couple years, all the moves he makes works. So got to give him credit. And everything Saturday night, everything he did worked.
Yeah, I was out for the extra innings bowling with friends. Was watching on the TV there, and it's really not that important to bring up, but it wasn't that bad watching the game on mute. It really wasn't. I can't stand Joe Davis when he calls the Dodgers games.
Yeah, he's so biased.
You know how bad he exploded when Mookie Betts got that double play? You remember when Vladdy swung on 3-0 and was about a couple feet from a walk-off home run in Game 7 of the World Series? Did it sound to you like he was ready to explode?
No.
No, not one bit.
He's like, please don't let this happen because he wanted his Dodger moment. You
got your Dodger moment last year.
Yeah.
Call the game.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see how he is on a World Series that doesn't involve the Dodgers. Is he excited at all, or is he going to be like?
You probably have to go back and watch his first World Series he ever called, which was the Rangers and Diamondbacks. awful series.
There was no excitement in that one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he was really good in the game one of that series where there were a couple of huge moments from Seager, Garcia.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just something about him when he calls the Dodgers. It makes him insufferable.
Yeah, it's very noticeable. So, yeah.
Smoltz is sometimes a little bit hard to take as well, but honestly, every time he does, I think Joe Davis rubs off on him. That's just what I take from it. But yeah, lots of bias on Fox. But Dodgers, with their back-to-back championships, and you only know what this means, they're going to go for the three-peat.
And
honestly, I don't know. I don't really care what happens this offseason. I really would not be surprised to see them there. I have them already as the favorite to make it again. It's easy to say now, but, I mean, the NL is just a little weak.
Yeah, long way to go, but they got to be your preseason favorite.
Obviously. So, with that being said, exciting week of sports with lots of exciting plays of the week coming now. Coming from Bengals and Bears, Flacco. Does he have another vintage momentum? Over the middle, wide open. Andres Yoshifash. The Bengals stun the Bears in the moment.
What a play. You just knew they were going to score there, but they left too much time.
Seems like if they left 4 seconds, they've left too much time on the clock.
True.
But what a play. What a vintage Flacco moment in Cincy. Coming as well from Bears and Bengals. What has Caleb Williams got with 25 seconds left on the clock? Williams fires. It's Loveland. He breaks off free. Newton to beat. Loveland is going to score and win the game for the Chicago Bears just like that.
They were just trying to get in field goal range, and that defense could not make a tackle. Unbelievable. What a play by Loveland, ex-Michigan guy.
Well, when we say that this game was peak from the beginning, we mean it. On the first play of the game, it's Jones. He can fly. He's dangerous. Charlie Jones down the sideline. And on the first play of the game, Jones goes 98 yards.
Unbelievable. Are all our plays from this game?
It seems like it, but we've got others. Don't you worry. Well, here we go. I mean, it was only a matter of time till we got into this game. Game 7 of the World Series. It's Bo Bichette versus Shohei Ohtani here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 on first, 1 on third, 1 out, 0-0. And Ohtani deals, and on the first pitch has Bichette swinging and driving into the seats of the Canadians.
Wow, Ohtani gives up the 3-run shot, and the Blue Jays are sitting pretty.
Shohei Ohtani giving up the big home run to Bichette. And this is where Blue Jays fans' confidence started to skyrocket. There was so much action, we didn't even realize a record was broken. Little from 68. He would have been good from 70. That is a new NFL record.
What a kick. And they needed that kick, or else they wouldn't have won the game.
That's crazy how that could come back. Remember when he had a 70-yarder in preseason?
He did, yes.
And now in the regular season, he is now the record holder for the longest kick in NFL history. Well, Dad, you mean it when every pitch in the playoffs has drama. Hoffman, Rojas. Top of the ninth, the 3-2. Rojas, a swing in the left. He ties it. Miguel Rojas has tied it in Toronto in the ninth.
A no-doubter from the unlikeliest guy in that lineup to hit a home run.
Oh my goodness. Miguel Rojas right there started the comeback and started the two-peat for the Dodgers. And you thought the Dodgers were done hitting clutch home runs? Think again. Will Smith, top of the 11th, into left field again, silences the Toronto crowd in the closing stages of Game 7.
Unbelievable. What drama.
This is what you live to see. And this game did not disappoint when we heard, and it's true, Dad, the greatest 2 words in sports, Game 7.
Absolutely. Doesn't get any better than this.
Well, Raiders and Jaguars. Here's Smith looking for the end zone. Bowers! What a grab! And a touchdown! Welcome back to the lineup, Brock Bowers.
What a difference he makes for them. Unbelievable catch.
In his first game back after injury, a highlight play like that. Coming from Colts and Steelers, it's Daniel Jones. And here's a throw batted into the air by Wilson and intercepted by Jack Sawyer. The Steelers defense comes to play.
What a play from Wilson. He had an earlier interception, and then he bats that one up in the air. Unbelievable play.
Well, Dad, there's a lot of options. Who was your biggest disappointment and top performer from this great weekend of sports?
Geez, I didn't even think about disappointments because there were so many top performers. My biggest disappointment, I'm going to go with Jordan Love. Green Bay Packers losing to the Carolina Panthers. He's so erratic. One great game, one bad game. One great game, one bad game. I'll give it to him this week. Top performer, I'm going with, I think I might have had him last week too. I can't remember, but I'm going with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Los Angeles Dodgers closes out the World Series and was just dominant in his position. He was just dominant. I don't know what else to say.
There is not much else to say. I mean, just a great series from him. Great picks. For my biggest disappointment, I just really hate to give it to anyone on the Blue Jays, but Jeff Hoffman cannot throw a 3-2 slider.
Yeah, he's a weak closer. Let's put it that way.
Not against the Yankees, but yeah. So just that hanging slider alone to Rojas really seals the deal for me, giving him the biggest disappointment. And then I got to go World Series. Last time I was able to use a baseball player for a while. My top performer, it's Miguel Rojas.
Absolutely.
Not just the home run. The night before, he caught Kike Hernandez's insane double play, made that huge play at home to Will Smith. He was definitely a huge help when you least expected it.
He's the guy. I mean, those last 2 games, it's him.
So, with that being said, that will end today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy Monday Night Football, because we will not be able to. But once again, I'm Preston. That's my father, Mike. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.